Hello, everyone. You're watching or listening to Leo.Institute's podcast. My name is Eko, and today I have the honor to host Sami Cohen, who is co-author of Leo methodology and the author of the book Conversations with Leo. That is actually our today's topic. We'll have a chance to talk about the book and see what was behind the facts and the story that is beautifully written in this book. Hi, Sami.
Hi,
Thank you
Eko.
for
Very nice. Thank you
time.
for inviting me.
Yeah, I'm really glad that we have a chance to talk about this book because I had the chance to read it almost 10 times or something like that because I was checking and checking, then in Georgian. But the last time when I read it, once again, I was convinced how beautiful it is. And I'm really happy to have a chance to talk about this book with you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
There are several things I want to ask you,
Sure.
but I will start with the most relevant for myself, and I think for many people who are watching or listening to us. So there's a part where you're saying, I was 57 when joy entered into my life. This is, I would say, a bold statement. Because for me, it sounds like it entered and then it stayed forever. And this is something I'm really going through now. I'm working on myself for several years and observing how I catch and then how I lose it moment by moment. So can you share with us what kind of life was before inviting joy in your life and then how it changed? I think this is something that you already wrote in the book, but would be great to elaborate on that. So what was life back then?
Life before 57 was very pleasant, exciting.
Yeah.
I always liked to have projects. My business was going well. Then my competitor bought my supplier. I lost 97% of the turnover. And then a group of employees wanted us to continue. It seemed impossible, but we continued, and we continued very successfully. So my life was really nice. No complaint.
Okay.
But there's a but.
Yeah.
Magram. The moments of joy were not numerous. It happened sometimes at ski, sometimes when I took my grandchildren in vacation. Sometimes I love my boat, so sometimes, but it was not really part of my life. Part of my life, the biggest part of my life was what I thought I had to do. So I had to work. I had to succeed in my day job. I had to support my children, my friends. I'm not saying it was something I did not want to do. It was something I wanted to do. But I cannot say it was giving me a lot of satisfaction.
Yeah.
But joy and satisfaction are two different animals, not at all the same. It's very, very different. So it took me a long time to learn to do the same things out of joy instead of doing them and being satisfied of doing them.
Yeah. This satisfaction.
The difficult part was from satisfaction to joy. And what is interesting is the more I was succeeding to put joy in my life, the more I had moments of satisfaction. It's very interesting. Before, I had not so many moments of satisfaction. I had when
at the peak moments of something.
Like a new customer, like a new project, like succeeding the plan we had. So it was really specific. It was not, I cannot say that during the day, that each day was full of satisfaction.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the more I moved toward more joy, more moments of satisfaction were there.
Yeah. This satisfaction is a tricky thing because it gives you the, how to say, positive energy, or what's the name of those hormones? Dopamines or something? And
absolutely.
It's very addictive.
Yeah.
It's difficult to change it because you like it and then you chase. So what made you to put aside this satisfaction that is actually a nice thing?
Good.
You know,
I'm not against satisfaction.
Yeah. So what made you to
look for joy?
And I'm also interested to know. Yeah, you go first, and then I will go deeper.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I was not directly looking for joy.
Yeah.
I had a passion about creating my life.
Mm-hmm.
And the more I was making my life happen, the more moments of joy were happening.
Mm-hmm.
I was not looking for joy for joy. I was looking, how can I create my life more and more?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, consciously.
Yeah.
Most of the time, we believe that we are always creating our life, sometimes consciously, most of the time unconsciously.
Mm-hmm.
So everything we have in life, even the things we don't like, I believe that we created them.
Mm-hmm.
So the discovery to create something else has been a passion for me, I can say, always. So, and joy was just a consequence.
It's like joy is a result, right?
Yeah.
And we say that, when you're attached to the result, you're at the mercy, or how I would say it, so that it's clear for everyone. But it's like you're too much attached. Yeah.
Let me explain this concept, because a lot of people miss it, and I think it's really helpful. You want to buy a vacuum cleaner, you go to the store, and the salesman wants to sell you the vacuum cleaner. Mm-hmm. You don't want to buy it.
Yeah.
So a good salesman don't want to take the sale from you. A good salesman explains his vacuum cleaner, but give you the whole space to say no. Mm-hmm. Okay? I wish I knew that with my Swedish girlfriend, because I was young. I tried to take. It was not a good idea. Mm-hmm. So, and I see this principle happening in everything in our life. We want to find, I don't know, we want to find a specific apartment. We want to buy a specific apartment. We look. We stop looking. 3 apartments show up. Mm-hmm. We want a specific job. We look. We let go. 3, 4 offers appear. So when we stop wanting to take, things happen. Mm-hmm. And
but it doesn't mean you give up on your
goal.
Desire.
No.
Yeah, you still want it. It's just.
It is just that you stop forcing the universe.
Yeah.
You give the universe a space.
Yeah, and the message that you want it, and
I think this is you can see this in everything.
Yeah.
You want to be appreciated and praised. I am sure you know some people that want so much to be praised that you just
don't want
hate them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's true for everything.
Mm-hmm.
The message goes especially to the salespeople and the single.
Yeah, it really makes sense that personally, I am so much into looking for the way how to be happier, or let's say to live in joy, that sometimes this just and I'm sometimes doing it out of fear. I just don't allow myself to not to be in joy.
Yeah,
it's really interesting, and this conversation helps a lot to to focus on what? On the process, right?
Yeah. There are so many things that I wish to share. Yeah. Can you repeat what you said, that you were looking for joy? What
so
was
my I see myself in this sometimes conscious or unconscious process of looking for the joy.
That's very
and
important.
Not allowing myself wanting it so much that
Okay, so I see a lot of people who want a better life, or they want to improve their career, or they want to have more joy. But the process of wanting it is usually a process of taking. Like, okay, I want to lose weight. Okay, so if I want to lose weight and I do a diet to lose weight, as soon as I stop the diet, I gain the weight back, because what I want is not to do the diet. What I want is to lose weight. Okay, but if I change my diet and as a consequence I lose weight, I don't regain my weight. And this applies for anything, among them joy. In fact, many people think they should do something to get joy. Or they think they need to work hard to have money, and then they will have joy. I have bad news. I have good news and bad news, to be frank. But I start by the bad news. And I am sure people my age or younger that succeeded can confirm you. Check with them. Younger, I thought, if I have this and that, I will be happy. So I started working hard, taking care of my family business, my children, etc. And I started to be materially well. But it's not that I was better inside. Yes, with age we become calmer and but it was not the happiness I thought I will get. Okay. And because I was at that time convinced that it was something from outside that will give it to me. If I have a nicer car, a bigger house, more income.
And I think it's not just about the material things. For example, what I'm looking for, I'm aware that the material thing doesn't bring joy fully, although it can be part of it. But even this, let's say, the well-being, or we call it like creating my life or something, I'm so into it to be master of it that
It becomes a job.
kinda it becomes job. And also I have a job that is very much related to that, and it doesn't help.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But I want to finish on the fact
Yeah.
that joy does not come from outside.
Mhm.
Even if you win the lottery and you have, I don't know, 10, 20 million lari, and you have friends, and your husband loves you, it does not give joy.
Mhm.
Joy cannot come from outside. Your daughter can be nice and everyone is healthy, and still joy does not come from that. If your daughter is sick, you can lose joy.
Mhm.
But if she is healthy and she's succeeding,
That's not enough.
it will give you satisfaction.
Mhm.
You will be happy. But happiness and joy are two different animals, two totally different. Joy comes from inside out. You have a wonderful word in Georgian,
George.
gamanate. It comes from inside. Satisfaction comes from outside.
Mhm.
Happiness comes from outside. But joy, the big mistake many people do is to believe that you have to do something to have joy. I am sure very few people will believe me, but there is nothing to do to have joy. Nothing. You have to stop avoiding it. So you're going to say, I am not avoiding it. Well, when you are afraid, you are avoiding it. If you are afraid to lose your customer, to lose your husband, to lose your time, you are driving, there is traffic, you are afraid to lose your time. The fear of losing time makes you lose joy.
Yeah.
Because joy is there. But if you look at how we are always afraid, we take our phone, we read, what message am I getting, what message I will send, what blah, 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 blah. Okay? The only way to experience joy is to give it some space. Stop running away from it. And this I learned only age 57. And since then, I am very careful. I pay a lot of attention to not lose it, because it is so easy to lose it.
Yeah.
So easy. And you see, 95% of the time, it is our subconscious that decides for us. So in a way, 95% of the time, we are on automatic pilot. So you need to correct this automatic pilot. Because this automatic pilot tends to look at what other people think about you, how you should behave about them. So this automatic pilot is making you do things, not the things you want to do, but things out of fear of not being appreciated, not being liked, not being this, not being that. So if you don't go and analyze this autopilot, 95% of the time you cannot be in joy.
Yeah. Analyze and then act on it. Yeah, with the different behaviors. Sami, so I want to share my experience, like in this summer and September, October. I remember myself very clearly experiencing very, very resourceful, like state, and I had really very resourceful period that I can say that I was experiencing joy on a daily basis. But then many things happen, and it's very easy, as you said, to lose it. So when you say it entered into my life when I was 57, it sounds like it entered and it's like, so how you, I see myself that I am, in the process, like seeing how it enters and then how you lose it and then it will come even stronger. And
Yeah.
so I want to ask,
Okay.
like, what's the process? Like,
Okay.
what's happening then? Because, yeah, I'm sure
Yeah.
many people are looking for it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's a very good question because I rarely speak about it. As I was saying before, our subconscious is driving our life most of the time. Our subconscious is based on the decisions we made about life. Decisions like, I am on my own, I am alone in life, no one is protecting me,
Life is
I cannot
difficult.
trust people, I cannot trust man, authority is blind, I am not understood, people are unfair. All these beliefs, I say beliefs because have been developed before age 7. You see, when a child comes to life, he has in his DNA the experience of his ancestors, but he learns life. He learns the environment in which he is. If you put him in a dark room until age 7, he will not be able to see. Because the window to learn to see is between 0 and 1 year. So if the first year of his life he is in a dark room, he does not develop the capacity to see. It is the same for what you believe about life. Between age 1 and 7, we take a certain number of decisions, how people are, how life is, and this decision make us work. This decision decide our autopilot. Someone goes in the room, I smile. It's not that I think I should smile.
Mm-hmm.
It happens. So life is happening to me. If I don't go to the events that put these behaviors in place, it means if how the behavior I put in place. For instance, I break a glass and I see my mother not happy. Okay? Next time, I will be very careful to put the glass inside. It's not that I think, I do it naturally. Okay? So like this, we have all our autopilot has been put in place before age 7. But in this autopilot, I have my opinion about the other people, how I should behave to be appreciated by the other people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how I want, I don't even know what I want.
Yeah.
Okay, so as long as these behaviors drive my life, it means fear is driving my life. And if fear is driving my life, how can joy be? It doesn't let joy out. I am on my guard about what other people will think, will want, will.
Sami, did it happen like a
No,
thing in your
no.
life?
So I did a big job. Each seminar I was working on something specific.
Mm-hmm.
About my relationship with my daughter, my relationship with my son, my relationship with my wife, my relationship at work. my customers. Every seminar I was working on something specific, eliminating. But still, I had a big blockage. And the big blockage came from what happened to me at age 7, which was I was born in Egypt in a French Jewish family. And as we were French, in 1956, we were expelled.
Mm-hmm.
And this has been a big trauma.
Mm-hmm.
So for 50 years, I was, you don't like me, I don't like you.
Yeah.
But when you are born somewhere, it is ridiculous to say, I don't like you. Okay? And I had a friend who gave me a coaching, and he said, you should go back to Egypt. And when you get there, you tell the immigration officer, I was born here, and you say it in Arabic. And it's what I did.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, Ana Maulud Hena, which means I was born here. And the guy said, you are welcome here. And I started crying. And I started crying, and I cried for 2 weeks. Because we have wounds like this that are avoiding joy to blossom. So, as I had many other wounds that were healed, when I was able to release that wound, it was fantastic. I remember, I don't know after how many days of crying, I wake up and I think, I left my joy in this land and I came back to take it. And it will stay with me. And
It stayed.
And it stayed. It stayed. I'm careful.
Yeah.
I'm not always doing the right thing, but
yeah,
I am careful.
Because with my experience, when you taste it, when you have it tasted, then you want to have it all the time. And then this...
and also, I had tests like this, and I lost, and I had, and I lost. And, so when this one happened, I said, oh.
Okay.
It's not because you have it that you will keep it.
Yeah.
I said, oh. This one.
Yeah.
I really thought it was in my hand. You see, among the regrets people have before they die, and there is a nurse that did a beautiful work on that subject. Her name is Bronnie Ware, Ware. Google it, she did a beautiful job. Among the things people regret at the end of their life, and I hope it will not be your case and the case of the people I love, it is to know that joy requires from me to commit to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not something that just happens. Of course, sometimes it happens. But if I wanted more, it's not something that jumps on me.
Yeah.
There are things that I should do and be careful.
Mm-hmm. We talked a lot about joy, and we didn't mention the book, even though the book is about joy. So we're still...
the book is about joy.
Book.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I think the main thing is how you discovered it. And
because, you're right. The main thing is how I discovered it. But I want to share a message. We discovered what we discovered because we had a mentor. And this mentor's name is Leo. And when we met him, Claire had 3 months to live. Not much. What I want to say is, before getting sick, Claire was a long time with pressure and stress.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have pressure and stress, there are negative chemicals that happen in the body. If you would not have met Leo, there was no reason to find a way to have different chemicals. And I want to talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
So when she was given 3 months to live, if she would have kept the same pressure and stress, there was no reason she would have lived more. If she lived more, it's because there's another state of being possible in which the chemicals are repairing inside instead of destroying inside. Stress and pressure destroy inside. Okay. When we explore how to make our life happen, it allows to enter in a space of presence. And this presence allows, if we stay in it, it allows joy to rise. Slowly, slowly it rises. This rise makes the chemicals, the healing chemicals in motion. And I believe if Claire did 17 years instead of a few months, it's because of this moment in which she was looking how to make her life happen, how to create her life. Because when you focus on how to create your life, you allow this state of being and presence to be.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So for me, this is what we should teach our children. Of course, we should send them to school, university, and of course. But if they learn to do the school and university in joy, they will learn much more.
Yeah.
For me, it was duty. Just I wanted good grades. I didn't care what I was learning. It's a pity. I lost a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
So the book is the conversation with Leo. So I have to be sincere. I did not report all the conversations because I had, for many years, many conversations. I regrouped some themes that we discussed in one conversation, but in reality there were several. And there's something else also in which I cheated. Beside Leo, I had many other teachers, but I decided to call all of them Leo because it's not the teacher that is important. It's what we learn from the teacher.
Yeah. And
So,
Sami, which learning or the conversation was, in your opinion, the most valuable that you still remember, and it kind of created the sparkle of transformation?
there is one.
Yeah.
Who is not the real Leo, with Ramana Maharshi,
Okay.
that I never met, but I read. And the guy never wrote a book. But he had many conversations, and people transcribed the conversation.
Yeah.
So, and it is like this. But I developed it in a way. He's Indian, so he has the way he says it. I adapted it to the Western culture.
Yeah.
But I owe him. Okay. So he says there is a physical body, there is a mental body, there is an emotional body, and there is a true self. There is an observer that looks at this body. So the philosophy of Leo.Institute is that we are spiritual beings that decided to have a human experience. It means that there is this spiritual being inside me. When I am afraid, it's not the spiritual being that is afraid. You cannot frighten a spiritual being. And also, if you look, who wants Prada shoes? Is it the spiritual being or is it my ego?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so really when you integrate this in your life, you understand that nothing can hurt you. It can hurt the body, but it cannot hurt you. If you are criticized, it's not you that is criticized. And let's say you want to be right and you want to convince, it's not your true self that wants to convince. It's your ego that wants to convince. So having this distance with all the chaos, I really owe this to Ramana Maharshi. I cannot say that I didn't have, like every one of us, we have
But
some
then
notion.
there is a moment when everything comes together and
Exact.
yeah.
Together and clear.
Yeah.
And wow, the guy is right. So you see, I read a book, thick 5 centimeters. People were coming from all over the world to ask him questions. His answer was always the same. Who is talking to me?
Mm-hmm.
Your true self or your ego? But he was not saying it like this.
Yeah.
So the guy would answer blah, blah, blah. He said, okay, who is observing the guy saying blah, 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 blah? And he was helping the person
to go deeper.
To take distance with the chaos of the body, because and to take responsibility of his or her life.
Yeah, and to get to the point when there is the resources for you and the place where from you can create what you want.
Yeah, because in fact this observer is connected to the cosmos.
Universe.
So he doesn't lack ideas, he doesn't lack energy, he doesn't lack joy. So when you are connected like this for a few minutes or longer, joy rises. Okay, so there is nothing to do. For me, it's like you put a thermometer. If joy rises, it means that you did not let your automatic pilot drag you into its fears, its worries, its pressure, and so on.
Yeah.
So for me, succeeding our life is succeeding that. And I believe this is what we should teach our children. Because what I see is that my mother sacrificed herself for me having a better life. This I really perceive. Then I started sacrificing myself for my children to have a better life. If I would not have met Leo, I would have continued. And I am sure that my children would have sacrificed themselves. So you see, everyone sacrificed for the other instead of everyone learning to experience joy so that the other can learn to experience joy. Sometimes people ask me, what should I do for my children? I tell them, learn to live in joy.
Yourself.
Yeah, because otherwise they will never learn.
Mm-hmm.
Children learn from what you are. They don't have other choice. They are either the same or the opposite. So they have no other choice. So if this is not in the menu,
Yeah.
they will not buy it.
Yeah. Sami, which part in the book is your favorite? Do you have the part that is favorite?
Well, first,
For
I
any
love the
reason.
pictures.
Yeah.
The illustrations, for 2 years, I was looking and I tried many illustrators until I found that one. And with that one, it clicked. And then he asked me, how do you see Leo? I said, Wall Street New Age. And the guy succeeded. If you look at the illustration, Leo
looks
is
like that.
Wall Street New Age. And
Why did you want it to look like that?
I don't know. Yeah, I want the guy to be in life,
Yeah,
not
practical,
yogi
spiritual.
on the mountain.
Yeah.
In life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the most stressful
Yes,
part
yes,
of life.
yes. And New Age, to be not in the mold,
Yeah.
to bring this spiritual side that many New Age people are trying to bring.
Mm-hmm.
Then I like the first picture. The first picture, you have a man and his son, and the question is life without joy worth living? And I think each one of us should ask himself, okay, you made money. I see in my family, I have an uncle who made a lot of money. Was his life joyful? Nah. Was his relationship with his daughter good? Nah. Was it really worthwhile? Everyone decides. But my role is to ask the question, what is it for you? Okay, for me, a life without joy, it's not a life, it is survival. The other one I like is this question, what do I want? Succeed in life or succeed my life?
Oh, what's the difference?
Yeah, I see, and I had a woman correcting my English, so she wanted to correct
Yeah, because
the
even in
sentence.
Georgian, I couldn't find the But
The translation.
I think Georgian translator found something,
Yeah,
so it
yeah,
was translated in a very nice way in
yeah,
Georgian.
yeah.
But what's the meaning inside?
Well, I remember my parents when they said this one succeeded. It meant he made a lot of money.
Yeah.
It didn't mean he's loved and he loves people.
Yeah.
No, he succeeded means he made a lot of money. So for me, this is succeeding in life.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is for those who put success in the material, but you have people who put success in the spiritual.
Yes.
So you sacrifice yourself, you lose your life, and you devote your life for the poor, for the sick, but it is exactly the same. You sacrifice yourself. It's exactly if you sacrifice yourself for money. Doesn't change.
Yeah.
Okay, so
currency is different.
yeah, yeah. So succeeding in life is to be able to say, I wanted this and I got it. I have a PhD, 2 PhD, 5 PhDs. I got it. I'm a success. Okay. Succeeding my life is to be able to say that I succeeded the life. I succeeded my life. It's not succeeding in life, but it is succeeding life itself.
Yeah.
And for me, succeeding life itself, the best thermometer is how much joy I created for myself and others. I don't see another thermometer. Yeah, love. Love can be love, not sentimental love. Love. But love, joy, connection, same. It's exactly the same. They stem from the same place.
Yeah.
It's if you look at that place in which you are, from the point of view, is he or she having love now? Yes. Is he or she having joy now? Yes. Is he or she being present and feeling connected? Yes. Otherwise, even if you are surrounded by people who love you, you don't feel connected, you feel alone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this state, Ramana Maharshi repeats it. We are there. We are that. There is nothing to do. Don't go on the mountain. It's there.
And the kind of gateway to be there is going through the fear, right?
Yeah.
At least this is what we share with
The
the methodology.
opposite of joy is not hate. The opposite of joy is fear.
Yeah.
When I am afraid, I cannot be joyful. And the guy who wrote about it, and it took me 3 years to understand, Jerry Jampolsky, a psychiatrist, American psychiatrist, the book he wrote is Love is letting go of fear.
Mm-hmm.
The title of the book, Love is Letting Go of Fear, the book is maybe 20 pages. Some pictures, the only message is love is letting go of fear.
Yeah.
If you want to experience love, you have to let go of fears. And it is, in fact, it is written everywhere. It's written, I believe, in the Bible. I'm not sure, but I'm convinced it is. It's written everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere. With a different perspective and wording.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything you would like to share about the book?
Yeah. Yeah. I want to say that it is a very short book.
Short. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
short.
like 2 hours or something.
Yeah. If you take away the illustration and you put it and you put the writing the size of the other books, it is 37 pages.
Mm-hmm.
So you will read it quickly.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you have to read it quickly. You can read, stop. But what I mean, it's not, a book that you take and you don't know when you will finish it. It's really nice. The other thing I want to say, I think it's a great gift for Christmas. I think it is really the right time for that book to be published. And I was told that the Georgian translation is very well made.
Yes.
So enjoy.
I confirm.
Yeah. That's so part of the book is my conversations with Leo, and another part of the book is about Leo methodology. So maybe you never attend a seminar, but you are interested to know more about Leo methodology. It's in the book. Concise, but it's available.
Yeah. Thank you, Sami. I think it was an interesting conversation, at least for me. I have my findings and new insights.
Yeah. But maybe you can tell us how was your life before Leo and after Leo?
Oh, good question. It's actually what you shared about yourself that when you let the joy enter in your life when you were 57. I was 29. No, I mean, and I cannot say it's in such a bold way. It's just I'm learning how to, give the space to it, not to be chasing some things that are outside. And to really allow myself, to go
Yeah.
beyond the fears and beliefs and the
Yeah.
limitations and
What was the biggest fear that you needed to challenge?
Fear of judgment.
Yeah.
I think this was something that was kind of additional layer that was everywhere in my decisions, in my daily behaviors. I was looking at myself and others and the life in general from that
But
lens.
it is something good to compare oneself with others.
Oh, I have a beautiful saying. I think it comes from your daughter that
Ah,
she said, someone said, this self judgment is a very nice, thing to have, skill even because it helps you to, to push yourself even
yeah.
more and more. But she said, and I love it, you succeeded even though you were self-judging yourself, because I really see how much energy it was taking away, and how much joy it was taking away from me. It's like a job that you need to do this and that and like this and like that. But when you're not attached to some kind of idol or some kind of
And how
image,
were you able to let go of your self-judgment?
first I observed. I mean, I saw,
Yeah.
this is it.
Was
Uh,
it difficult?
it took some time.
Ah, ah,
I mean, observing and analyzing where it was coming from.
yeah,
It was easier. Like
yeah.
5 day seminar, I will
Ah,
I will register you and you can see
thank
there.
you.
Yes,
Sure.
but then like bringing it into your life and really seeing it and going through this fear, doing some things even though you might be judged.
Ah,
Yeah, this is something but it really needs practice. You do it once, twice, 3 times, and then it kind of. But then another things are coming, new kind of walls and new fears to,
so there is no end. I should not start if
Bad
there is
news.
no end.
Bad news. I don't know. I really don't know whether there is end or not. But I'm convinced that this is a process. And, sometimes even this idea that it's a process and every day it's a new thing makes you feel alive and fresh. And, okay, now here is this and that, and you work on it. And I don't know. I think the energy
But
comes from it.
but you're not afraid to discover something that will makes you depressed and
Sorry, we changed the roles. That was actually my number one fear. When I heard about the seminar and someone told me we're going to the seminar, the main fear that I had, and also the seminar was called Inside Myself, was who am I going to,
find.
discover and find? Am I going to like that person or not? So maybe I just close the doors. For 3 days on my first seminar, my doors were closed. But on the first day, when I started to experience this, what you just shared, that there is just a space of joy, yeah, then you're, yeah, there, then you want to continue the journey. Thank you, Sami,
My pleasure.
for your answers and for your questions also. I loved it. Yeah, I really hope that many Georgians will have a chance to read this beautiful book, because it's already translated in Georgian. And as you mentioned, it's a really nice gift for the Christmas. What can be better than gifting a joy to the person, to the loved ones? So this is the right moment to do it. So thank you.
Thank you.
And Merry Christmas, because it's coming.
Merry Christmas to you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for the invitation.
Thank you.